So, 2023 hasn't been a very good year for the movie industry, particularly at the theaters. We had good movies that didn't do great. We had movies that were dreadful insults to fans. We were overloaded with way too much nostalgia. I haven't even brought up the writer strikes and all that. Despite all these setbacks, we did have some good stuff, and even some legendary stuff. But where I was actually surprised was Netflix. I didn't watch a lot of Netflix in 2023 compared to previous years, mostly because I was particularly busy this year, and in a good way too. But the little I watched actually impressed me, so I'll just cover a few things I loved. Now, be advised, these are limited to the things that I watched and liked. It's a mixture of both movies and TV series. They are purely based on my opinion, so don't take it personally. If you don't agree with the list, that's okay. Like I said, my opinion. Number 10 for me is Fair Play, that came out on April 6th. Fair Play follows a couple who work at a cutthroat hedge fund. Emily and Luke keep their perfect, loving relationship a secret from everyone. Luke desperately wanted a promotion at the hedge fund, but instead Emily got it. So now we get to see an unexpected power dynamic that will strain their relationships to the brink. This movie is very adult oriented and deals with strong issues, so be warned. But I still recommend it. Coming in at number 9, we have Reptile, came out September 7th. After the brutal murder of a real estate agent, a seasoned detective tries to solve a complicated murder. The truth becomes increasingly perilous the deeper he digs. His personal safety is the least of his worries because his entire life, marriage, relationships, everything, the investigation threatens to dismantle everything. Nothing is as it seems. It's a star-studded movie, Benicio del Toro, Justin Timberlake, Alicia Silverstone, so give it a watch if you haven't already. Number 8, we have Leave the World Behind on November 22nd. While a family goes on vacation on Long Island renting an Airbnb, there's a sudden blackout. Phones, internet, radio, TV, nothing's working. Out of nowhere, two strangers, a father and daughter, knock on their door. The strangers turn out to be the owners of the home being rented, or so it seems. They are suspicious and distrustful of each other. As both families remain suspicious of each other, it soon becomes clear that the crisis going on outside is worse than they thought. This is also a star-studded movie. I'm talking Julia Roberts, Ethan Hawke, Mahershala Ali, Kevin Bacon. Give it a watch if you haven't. Number 7, Hunga, April 6th. This is a foreign movie, Thai to be exact. A young lady, Aoi, don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Anyways, a young lady from humble beginnings runs her family stir-fried noodle restaurant in Bangkok. One day she gets an invitation to join Team Hunga, Thailand's #1 luxury chef's table, run by a famous and uncompromising chef. She leaves her family's business behind her, and as they serve the elites, she gets a taste of luxury that comes with it. She sees firsthand how ugly things get when money and fame is paramount. She's presented with a choice: remain an honest, hardworking, good person, or shed all that behind for fame and fortune. This movie is absolutely awesome. It's subtitled. I know that turns some people off, but I highly recommend you give it a watch. Number 6, The Fall of the House of Usher, October 12th. Now this is a Mike Flanagan special. After The Haunting series and Midnight Mass, anticipation for this was killing me. Mike Flanagan uses the same actors for most of his series. Not a complaint from me, in fact I like it. These guys have grown on me. Anyways, The Fall of the House of Usher follows two siblings, Roderick and Madeline Usher, two siblings from humble beginnings who have managed to build an enormous pharmaceutical empire, billionaires with enormous wealth, privilege, and power. All that comes crumbling down when all Roderick's 6 children and heirs to the empire, Madeline has no kids, they all begin dying one by one. The 8-episode miniseries uncovers the secrets of how the Ushers grew their empire and the reasons for all the death. This show was awesome and Mike Flanagan once again delivers. Be warned though, it's not for the faint of heart. Some pretty gnarly stuff, gory like Saw movies. Number 5, The Killer, September 3rd. This movie is a treat. It stars Michael Fassbender, so automatic watch for me. He plays a solitary, cold, methodical hitman who couldn't be bothered by morality. After he misses a target, his entire life gets put on the line. So now he has to go up against his employers while also battling himself. This movie is unapologetic. I love it. I'm talking killing anyone in his way or tying up loose ends. Unarmed women, elderly, civilian, you name it, it's insane. Like I said, unapologetic. Michael Fassbender really excels in this role. Then again, he's always awesome, so give it a watch. Number 4, One Piece, August 31st. We've had our fair share of terrible adaptation, let me tell you. More than a fair share, to be honest. In fact, it feels like God is punishing us at this point. So imagine how much of a relief I felt when Netflix released One Piece, an adaptation of the Japanese manga series. And it was awesome. The casting choice, the story, the acting, everything. The story follows Monkey D. Luffy and his pirate crew as they explore a fantastical world of endless oceans and interesting lands. They are looking for the ultimate treasure, that's right, the One Piece. This would enable him to become king of the pirates. But keep in mind, this pirate isn't like other pirates. First, he's younger, he's friendly, and has a strong sense of morality. He also doesn't take things too seriously and everything seems to work out for him in the end. I mean, I don't know who hasn't watched this show. It was all over social media and everyone is raving about how good it was, how good it is. Number 3, Night Agent, March 13th. While monitoring an emergency phone line, an FBI agent answers a call that drags him into a massive conspiracy. The conspiracy goes all the way to the White House. Treason, terrorism, massive shootouts, car chases, you name it. Have you imagined what it would be like if Netflix released their own version of 24? Well, here it is. This show is massive. How massive? It's the most watched Netflix show of 2023. I'm talking bigger than Wednesday last year. Just a few days into releasing the show, it was renewed for a second season. If you know Netflix iffy business, which you do, then you know this is great news. They're always canceling things that we like. I'm so happy the show is actually good. Let's hope it stays that way. Number 2, Beef, April 6th. Beef follows two strangers who get into a road rage incident that brings chaos into their lives. Danny Cho, played by Steven Yeun, and stand-up comedian Ali Wong, who plays Amy Lau. I don't want to get too much into this show because I'm dedicating a huge video to it. That's how brilliant it was. I mean, it's my number 2 this year, so yeah. Beef is so well written and any human being alive can relate to at least one of the characters. I'll just leave it like that. Please watch it if you haven't already. It's nominated for an Emmy Award. Number 1, Extraction, June 9th. At the end of the first Extraction, we are left with a cliffhanger as to the fate of Commander Tyler Rake. Extraction 2, we see him brought back from the brink of death. He's giving a dangerous mission to save a ruthless gangster's family. This movie is awesome. I know some people would disagree, but man, just look at this. So cool. Chris Hemsworth is awesome in this movie and we get non-stop action, well choreographed fights, big fights. The prison riot fight was awesome. Please more. So there it is, that's my list. What do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Please leave a comment on your list.